Hey Shannon, how are you?
What up, Amber? How's it going?
Good. I'm doing great. It's
Good.
it's a beautiful Sunday. How are you
Yes,
doing?
happy Sunday.
Yes.
One of my favorite days of the week.
Is it really, I have this like past identity where I didn't like Sundays because it always meant the next day, like the start of a new week, right? My
Oh,
perception
interesting.
like back to school, back to work, back to
Right.
like that hardness of life.
Yeah.
And so it
Yeah.
wasn't pleasant. So I actually
That
really had
makes
to
sense.
change my perspective on like how I viewed Sundays, and now I'm like, it's literally just a day, a Tuesday. In fact, most of the time I forget what day it is.
It's literally just a day. I don't have that relationship with it because I've never had a real job. So I don't understand the Monday through Friday. So it doesn't, there's no Monday. I don't have a Monday. I don't have a Friday. It's always a week. But I love Sunday now that I always worked in restaurants on a Sundays, and only in the last few years have I had them off. And so it made me appreciate them a little bit. But I love them because I live in Venice now. And so Sundays in Venice is my favorite day to people watch. It's so fun. It's wild to see the people there. Like it's such a vibe. It's so eclectic. And then I could go to the skate park and watch kids play skate and then like walk to Santa Monica. And it's just like, and just the whole time watching like beautiful, strange, exciting people. So it's just
Yeah.
such a great day. One day you'll come with me.
Yes, absolutely,
Yeah.
100%.
Yes.
I feel like I used to do that as well, but unknowingly, I guess if that makes sense. Like I
Yeah,
would just sit there and
for sure.
observe people, and I know that
Yeah.
it may sound to some people weird, but just noticing, right? Like noticing other, just like you
Mhm.
would like an art gallery or something, right? Looking at
Yeah.
paintings, like you're
Yeah.
just observing. So I love that so much.
Yeah.
I know you didn't have your class Tuesday. I know your class is
Nope.
every other Tuesday, so you didn't have one. But what kind
Yep.
of stuff have you been doing? What kind of routines or
Yeah.
practices or what have you been doing this past week?
Oh man. Well, there's been, I feel like a lot of growth within our Yuki group. I I finally told him yesterday that I finally have time now to do phase two of his yes. And then he's like, he said, you're working less at the restaurant. And I said, I wish. And I said, no, I'm going to stop telling my story in the head that I'm too busy, that I don't have time to do this. And I'm going to figure out and make time for this. And obviously our group is already priority to me, but it's like, I'm ready to expand, to ascend. And this week we talked about, that the 3D world is not the real world. And so I'm really just trying to wrap my head around that and and go with the flow. You know, I get sometimes, as we know, I sometimes get caught up in what's going on in this country and it can really throw me off. And so I'm trying to really practice my perspective and go deep with that because a lot of this I know is us, what we've like, it's learned behavior. And it's so that's been interesting. And then I've been doing our chant. Well, so me and Amber have been doing something really cool separately, but then unknowingly, but we've been doing both been doing it. I sent her a few months ago this chant. It's a Bija mantra chant. And in my class, my vibration class on Tuesdays, we were working on Bija mantras and the last two classes. And now this coming week, we're going to chant the whole system up and down.
Mm.
And I've been doing it on my own, and you've been doing it twice a day.
Yeah.
And I've just been doing it once a day during the day. I try to do it at the beach as much as I can. And it is amazing. It is changing my vibration. It is opening my chakras, which it's so cool. Like I can tell that I've really been working on my chakras lately. I can feel it. It's wild. I've been working on my throat chakra a lot and of course my like solar plexus. So like I have so much confidence. I speak up now. Like it took me 47 years and now I speak up and it's just been really amazing.
That is amazing. I love
Yeah.
that so much.
Yeah.
That's yeah, working with the throat chakra, that's something I've been doing all of them obviously.
Yeah.
But
Same. Yeah.
yeah, it's really interesting that energetically we've been kind of doing these together without
Uh-huh.
knowing,
Yeah.
you know.
So cool.
And I feel like because you had sent it to me a while ago and
Yeah.
I saved it, but I
Yeah.
never like, did it. And some people may be like, "Oh man, I wish I did." I'm like, I don't have regrets. I watched it when I was ready to watch it, when I was,
Yeah.
and
Absolutely.
so yeah, like now, like I said, now I do it twice a day, once in the morning right when I wake up, to really get in that vibrational state, and
Yeah.
then at night before I go to bed to kind of get into that as I go to sleep. Has been really amazing. I'm super excited to do more of the mantras in your class. I'm super excited for Tuesday.
Yes. Same.
Um, you always come up with some new tool, some new something to help us and to elevate that until we can truly get to that place where it's natural, right?
That's it. That's my whole goal is like I'm gonna just keep on. I'm so grateful for this and honored that Yuki has asked me to do this class because it's so important. It's so, I just want, I'm just going to keep giving exercises and keep giving you guys small exercises that you can do on your own with nothing else, just you, your voice, your vibration, your intention, and just a
Yeah.
little bit of time. And a lot of them, as we know, don't even take a lot of time. And you can change your vibration. You can change how you feel about you right now. You can put like for like love and kindness and compassion inside of you with these tools, with these exercises, and then like, and then get rid of emotions that are no longer serving you or perspectives that are no longer serving you. And then you stay connected to yourself. And it's so important. I try, that's why I have such a great life. And this is why my life is so beautiful, is because all day long, I try to stay connected to myself. It's like when I get out of it, I try to bring myself back. But I have been working on this for a long time. And this is why this class is so important, is for me to teach you how to stay connected to yourself. And like, there might be a class where not like any exercise really you are feel connected to where you're going to do it afterwards, but you're going to
Mhm.
have an amazing class. And then the next class might be the one where you're like, oh my God, this is the one I want. Because when I was in sound therapy school, there were so many different cool things I learned, but it was when the chanting came on that I was like, whoa.
Mhm.
And like I feel right now, it's like, whoa, it's just like my whole inner being, my ancestral like lineage of like
Yes.
I don't know what it was, but it's something. I mean, we know I love chanting, and it's just like the
Mhm.
vibration of it, the way my mouth, like what comes out of my mouth, and it's like I do it all day long, and it keeps me connected to me, and that has made all the difference in my life, and that's what I want to pass on to you. This is my life's work now. Like is like me teaching you how powerful you are how powerful your voice is, how that you can change your whole world right now, and it's like um there's this guy that I love. His name is, I think it's Derek Grant. I feel like I've sent you some videos of him. He's amazing. I have a crush on him too. He's so cute, but he's this amazing like life coach. And yesterday he was like, we're always so worried about our income, our income. I actually sent you that video. And he's like, no, our income is what's coming in. Our income is the love we put in. And I said it like really late last night too, when I got home, I think on Facebook. And it's like, no, your income is like your love and respect and nutrition and your movement. This is your income. Your outcome is like it's like this is what we're so worried about. Income, yes, be worried about your income, what you're creating in here. The space
Yeah.
that you're creating in here is everything. It's everything. It doesn't really matter what's going on out there then, if as long as you're like safe and in love, and it's sunshine and rainbows in here, and it can be that. And I know people are like, it can't be like that. I promise you it can be like that. It's
Yeah.
sound is so powerful.
Absolutely. 100%. And
Yeah,
that's what it is, like finding what works for you. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
because there are certain things that I've tried from other people, and I'm like, well, okay, like this was cool, but it's not really my thing. So eat, whether it's a certain mantra or a certain chakra, a certain humming, a certain tone, right, whatever it may
Yep.
be. And that's
Yep.
why I love that it's not every week, okay, we're doing the same thing.
Yep.
You're choosing so many different ones to where people can go with the one that resonates, and then they could keep doing that even after the class, right? But it is cool to find the different ones. I know
Yep.
the bees one where you were doing the this,
Yeah.
and I was
Yeah.
like, it's not working for me.
Right. Totally.
But
Totally. And it's not my
right,
favorite either.
but yeah, but there were other ones that I did, with
Yeah.
the breathing mantras and stuff like that. Like, right, that one worked for me, and the chakra and everything. That
Yeah.
humming too.
Right.
So I love that so much. And how you're doing this for other people, not because of you, right? It's not about
Yeah.
you, but it's about you,
Oh
right?
yeah.
It's like,
No, thank you. I'm doing it for me because when you raise
yeah,
your vibration, you're raising my vibration, and
yeah,
then we're
yeah,
raising the whole world. So actually, I'm doing it
yeah,
selfishly for me. So thank you.
yeah. Right, but these are things that you actually do, right? You didn't
All
Google
day.
it. Okay, cool. Let me,
Oh
yeah, go
yeah.
do this. Like,
Oh
these
my
are
God.
all the things that we all know that you do, along with your Ho'oponopono, right,
Yeah.
on Facebook,
Yeah.
right?
No, I live
So,
this. This is my
yeah,
life.
yeah,
Like I
100%.
live this vibration. I'm always singing. I'm always humming. I'm always chanting. My whole world changed when I learned when it made sense because I've always been like into like dance. I've always been my mom. I mean, like I say, I grew up at the club. I started going dancing when I was 12. Like and I started dancing like at tap, jazz, ballet, and all that when I was like, you know, I don't know, 5 or 6 or whatever it was. But like, yeah. So I love like a beat. I love a rhythm. I love all this. But then like when it was like, oh wait, I can do this. I can change this. And like, yeah, I've never gone back. And it's just like, and you don't have to be as crazy as me. You don't have to be always chanting and humming and like, just like trying to make up vibrations. No one needs to go this extreme. I'm just here to teach this. This is now. And so it's just I'm just the conduit of the sound and vibration. And Yeah, so it's like, but you can take a few times a day. You can stop and do something for yourself, and then change your whole day. So that's
Yeah,
just why I'm here. Yeah, and I don't love
100%.
everything either. Like, it's not like I'm always like. I mean, I always love the exercises, but I don't do all of them all the time. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like, they're just I just do it. There's so many because you gave me this platform. It's so cool because then I get to like expand my knowledge as well of exercises of sound and vibration and chakras and movement and all these like in breath and like so it's really like just as I'm teaching you, I'm learning as well. And like together, like all of us are like learning this and growing and expanding together. And it's just
Mhm.
it's so cool. It's just there's so much that's like studying, I study wine and it's like wine is so cool to study because you'll never study. There's just impossible to even study all of it. It's just you once you really learn about wine, you realize you know nothing. And that's how I feel about sound. The more I learn, the more like it's such a big world that there's like I could teach the class forever because there's so
Yeah.
many cool things. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, definitely, like, I feel like spirituality in general is like, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely the more I know, I feel like the less I know, right? Like,
Right.
I'll gain knowledge
That's
on a
great.
certain subject or just in general, and I'm like, oh, cool. And then I'm like, wow, I feel like I know less now. But
Yeah.
I think it's exciting though that like to know that like there's no end to what we can learn and like how we can
Yeah.
expand, right? Then like, I mean, if there was, like life would kind of be boring. So I feel like it's
Totally.
exciting to kind of know that you're never going to learn everything and you're never going to, right? You're
Right.
always forever expanding, right? I think that's actually like
Absolutely.
extremely
Hopefully.
exciting. And we're super grateful for you hosting every
Oh,
other
thank you.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Um, Super excited. It's like the highlight
Yes.
in my day.
Yes.
Um,
Thank you.
yeah,
I love doing it.
thank you.
Let's talk about you. Let's talk about your class. You had your class on Wednesday. That was
Yeah.
great.
Yes, chapter 5,
Yeah.
miracles.
Yee.
I think I shared last time, like I don't read ahead. Like I don't even look at the next chapter.
Yeah. I
So
love that.
I start the class and then I'm like, I read the chapter and I'm like, of course, right? Like and it always coincides like energetically with like what's kind of going on in my life at that time,
Mhm.
and in fact that same day, I'm like, okay, like I need a miracle, you know what I mean? And no joke, it was miracles. And I was like, all right, I hear you. I hear you, universe. I hear you. Um,
It's
but
crazy.
also too, like I've changed the way that I viewed like miracles. Like I used to view it as, you'd see something on like TV. Like I remember as a kid, like the jaws of life, like came and took this girl out of the car, right? Whatever. Right? You think of like, oh my God, that's a miracle.
Right.
Meaning
Right.
that it was kind of like by chance, random, right? Like these kind of,
Yeah.
but like now understanding spirituality and like being on my spiritual journey, I understand that like that's not what a miracle is. Like we, number one, are all miracles,
Yeah.
right? You also understand like that's a perspective. You know what I mean? I could be like, it's a miracle that like I woke up today. And somebody else,
100%.
a mystic person could be like, a real miracle to me. You know what I mean? Like, but
Yeah.
it's all within us and we already are
Yeah.
miracles.
Yeah.
If you
Yeah.
think about the fact that literally there's like 8 billion people, 8 billion humans on a planet that is like just suspended in like the galaxy, like that alone is like, I
Yeah.
mean,
That's
insane,
wild to think about how fast
right?
we're going and rotating right now. And we're
Mhm.
just chilling.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. It's
100%.
like, what did this is why I think I can win the lottery. That's why I know I'm going to win the lottery because this is why, there's only is it 40 million people in California? So I have a 1 in 40 million chance. However,
Mhm.
for us to be here, and for like our dad's sperm to get to our mother's egg to fertilize, it's like a 1 in 400 million chance. And we did it. So it's like that is such a crazy number, something
Yeah,
insane like that. It's like if we can make it there, we can all win the lottery. Like seriously, like that's nothing. That's like
yeah,
nothing compared to that. So we are already miracles. And then when we're moving, we're breathing, we're like, I mean, I always say, like, if we were in a hospital bed right now dying, we'd be wishing for this moment right now. And it's just like,
mm,
I mean, it's a miracle that I've been in pain before where I can't walk and I've been like, I had to just sit and it sucked. And it's just like, I haven't even been like, never like sick like that before, like in a hospital bed like that. But it's just like to not have movement, to not have free range of your body. Like it's such a miracle to have that. And we're so like, it's all day long. There's so many beautiful miracles. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And the other thing too is like, we had read, she was talking about like being the chosen one. um, Return to Love, Marion Williamson,
Yeah.
right, in Miracles, and she's like, "But not many people heed the call."
Yes.
And I
Yes.
had actually made up the quote months ago. Actually, this is probably a year ago. You are the chosen one because you chose you.
Oh, yeah.
And I wrote
Wow.
it down somewhere. I must write it down again. Right. And
Yeah.
so, like, especially a lot of people, like, religious
Yes.
and kind of organized religion and stuff like that, like we think of like the chosen one, like, right, like God or like
You.
or,
Yeah.
whoever it may be, right?
Yeah.
Even like Buddha or
Yeah.
whoever. And it's like they weren't the chosen one as in somebody else chose them, right?
Exactly.
They chose themselves. Like Buddha
Yes.
decided to be him, right?
Yes.
Muhammad Gandhi, like he decided
Yeah.
to be himself and choose
Yeah.
him, and that's where he ended up being who he ended up being, right? It's not so much of like, well, I choose you, I don't choose, you know what I mean? And
Mhm.
so like it's within us to create that miracle that we are and to choose ourselves. That is how miracles happen, by being the miracle. And I think that was really, really profound because I was kind of in like a lower moment that day. Um, and reading that and then reminding myself of the quote that I had come up with the year before, I was like, dude, like, what are you doing? Like, this is not how miracles talk. This is not how chosen ones talk.
Yes.
Uh,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
made a post later on my Instagram about it, like a video about it, and kind of the same thing. But the realization was really profound.
Yeah. Yeah.
Understanding that within ourselves.
I love that. And I love and I said this in your class, like I've always felt special, always, my whole life. Since I was little, I felt special and I never knew what it was. And then as I got older, I was like, oh, and I really started working on myself and doing the spiritual work and all of these things. I was like, oh my God, we're all special. But I know
Yeah,
that I'm special. And there's just so many of us that don't realize that we are. And it's like, no, you too. Like it's not just,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
like we are all amazing beings and we should treat ourselves as such. And when we treat ourselves as such, then the world follows, like,
yeah,
yeah, you can't disrespect me. I mean, like you can't, because I respect myself so much. Like, it's just like, it's like, it's just like, yeah, we're all, yeah, we're all amazing. And it's just like, that's another reason why sound and vibration is so important. And you people and everyone should come to our class on every other Tuesday because it's just like that makes you realize how dope you are. Like you are just so cool. And it's just like once you realize that and you have that connection with yourself, and you're like, wow, I am really amazing. I am a chosen one. Like I am special. Your life changes
yeah.
for
I
sure. Yeah.
So your next class is this Tuesday, the 8th,
Yep.
and it will be at 2 p.m. Eastern, right?
Yep.
2
Yep.
p.m. Eastern
That's right.
time, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time.
11 a.m. Pacific time. Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then my class will be the next day, Wednesday the
Yeah.
9th at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time
Yeah.
or 11:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So the link to register for either or both classes will be in the description. And it's super just laid back, right? We're just here
Yeah.
learning about vibration,
Yeah.
even if you don't know anything about vibration. Like
Yeah.
I was like, I don't even know what you're talking about,
Right. Totally. Yeah.
but I was open to it. Or if you've never read the book, so it's A Return to Love by Marion Williamson. Excuse me. So I host essentially a book study group where we really truly embody the concepts that we're reading, like miracles, right? So walking into life with the concept that you are a miracle, right? That you're showing up for yourself, that you are the chosen one,
Yep.
right? So that's Wednesdays, and then Shannon every other Tuesday. So the 8th, she will have one, and then she'll have one again on the 22nd. Vibration ritual with Shannon. Every week is
Yeah.
something new and exciting.
Yes.
And come learn.
Yeah. And then for Amber's class, you don't have to have the book. I don't even have the book. I just show up to class
That's
and we
right.
just read it and go through it and talk about it. And I said I was going to get the book, but I still haven't gotten it. So we'll see if it happens.
That's okay. You
Maybe the
just like
next class.
you just like my reading. It's okay. I
Yeah.
get it.
Oh, I do actually. It's nice. Yeah.
I actually do like to read. I love to read
Yeah.
out loud. I
Yeah.
just can't highlight and also marinate.
Right.
I love this word. Somebody said this lately, and I was like, marinate on like what I'm
Yeah.
actually reading. So it's always helpful to go back and really listen. But it's the
Yeah.
embodiment of, right, just like with the vibration ritual class, right? Like stuff that you resonate with, like for
Yeah.
mine, the mantras, right? And then the embodiment of is I wake up and I do it, and then I go to bed
Yeah.
and I do it. The embodiment of I do it twice a day, right? Like that's how you get into that next level
Right. That's how
version
we
of
change. Yep,
Yeah, 100%.
that's it.
So this is super exciting. I love chatting
Yes.
with
So
you.
good.
I love you so
Yes.
much, and we'll
Yeah, I love
see
you.
you on the next call.
Yes. Bye.